Right. Sorry, my voice is not working. Manning Chip, Manning AK. Manning Shuta. Manning Barton. Thank you. I hope you have a good day. I need to refactor this code from yesterday. I don't really know how I'm gonna do it. I tried to think about it a little, but sometimes what happens is I think about things to one point, and then I stop short of actually thinking all the way through. It's a bad habit. I'll start my alarm, and I might end up muting my mic from time to time, because my brother's children are over, and they're kind of loud. They're kind of loud sometimes. But anyway. So for those of you who weren't here yesterday, or those of you who are returning, we got hired and fired by MeisterCard while trying to write this abomination of a check function that checks the validity of a credit card number. So it has a format of 16 digits, separated into 4 groups of 4 with a space, right? And we need to make sure that the length of the input is correct. We need to make sure that all the spaces are where they need to be, and all of the digits are where they should be. Also, we want to so yeah, we have this format, and if the string doesn't follow this format, we want to return false. Then, if the string is in this format, but the sum of the digits is not divisible by 10, we also want to return false. And we did it, but I thought this was a little bit too ugly and too nested, so I want to redo it. And I want to redo it from scratch. Let's start again. So, before I dive into this, I want to double check some things about strings, I think. I'm gonna go to the docs, I think, for this. I'm gonna look a little bit more at string methods. Okay. Yeah. Capitalize, we don't need. Case fold, we don't need. Center, we don't need. Count could come in handy, but we might not need. Let's just take a look. So count has sub, start, end. Return the number of non-overlapping occurrences of substring sub in the range. Start, end. Optional arguments start and end are interpreted as in slice notation. If the sub is empty, returns the number of empty strings. So yesterday I thought about using count to check for the spaces, but I'm a little bit lost because there's a lot of ways you could check for, oops, can I not do by character? Okay, can I not do by character? Or was I pressing the wrong button? Yeah, I was pressing the wrong button. Okay. Two, and this one. We can check, is the string length 19? Are the strings 0, 0? This is where I was starting with yesterday, but I didn't like it. Because I don't know how to turn this into a pattern. But I'll just write it again because I feel like it. 0 to 4, 5 to 9, 10 to 14, and 11, 15 to 19 digits are the characters or the substrings. Are there exactly 3 spaces? Are the spaces at character at index 4, index 9, no, 10, no, 4, and 14? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah. I'm trying to think of the ways. So we need to make sure the input is not longer or shorter than this. Assuming it's exactly 19 characters. We want to know, do we only have numbers and spaces? But I was wondering to myself, is there a way to write a check that looks for a pattern? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I guess we could use a pattern of concatenation, right? Because could we not use a pattern of concatenation with something like S 0 to 4 is digit plus S 4 plus let me think about this. But I wanted to see if I could turn those numbers into. Oh, I'm in a lot of pain right now. If I could turn those numbers into some sort of like range and iterate over it. For I in range of the length of S, so from 0 to, no, from, yeah, from 0 to 19. Stopping before 19, that makes sense. If I is first 0, we get if I is 0, we need I through let me think. Can I do this? Does this work? But we don't want to. Okay, this could work, but I need to fix this range a little bit. we're gonna do skip. Skip 1 starts at 0, goes to 1. Skip 2 goes from 0 to 2. Skip 5. I plus 3. This digit plus S of okay, something about my numbers are wrong. It's plus 4, not plus 3. I plus 4. Sorry, I feel like this is the worst of both worlds, right? So when I've been learning, I've seen a lot of people say, don't go straight from your idea to code. And then I see people say, don't write weird pseudocode. Write like, write in English, like in words, what it is you want the code to do, and then translate from there. And I feel like I'm doing it wrong because I don't know. I don't know why. I'm just doing it wrong. But whatever. I want to try this because I feel like this I have this vague sense of feeling like if this could work, if this could work, it might solve for all of my problems in like very few steps, right? For I in range 0 to length S, skip 5. If this is true, what this asks is if 0 to 4, to right before 4, 0 to start 0, stop before index 4 is a digit, if that's true, and 0 plus 4, which is just 4, if this space, index 4, is equal to a space, if both of these conditions are true, that checks this. Are the substrings digits? Are there 3 spaces? Because then, um, wait, actually, that only checks for the first one. How do I get it? Can I do? I think I'm breaking some laws here. I feel like I'm breaking some laws here. How do I get it? How do I get it to? I guess we have to do one at a time. I just feel like this is really weird. The way I've written this is weird. Whatever. Whatever. And I only have 40 minutes left. 20 minutes goes by so fast. I'm in trouble, I'm in trouble, I'm in trouble. Well, anyway, if that is true, then I want to take. Did I want to? What do I want to do? We want to check some. And that's going to equal. We would need an empty something. Should we add it? Should it be Should it be another string? Should it be an empty string? Should it be an empty string? I need integers. Let me think about this. Okay, somehow I feel like this. Somehow I feel like this train of thought is even worse than my first one. Oh, I'm in the weeds, I'm in the weeds. I want this to be the sum of these digits plus these digits plus these digits plus these digits. So, but before I add them, they're all in the string format. And also, I don't want to add them as substrings. I want to add them individually. So, this is not going to work. I think the problem I'm having is I'm trying to do too many things at once. Maybe I need to do it separately. This is true. Continue. I wonder if this would work, or maybe it doesn't work. Would that work? Would it continue the outer loop? Okay, so what I'm thinking, I'm not sure if this actually works, but what I'm thinking is, for the range from 0 to 19, skipping 5, if 0 to 4, the string at 0 to 4 is digit, and the string at 4 is space, continue. If both of those statements are true, continue. I go back into the loop. So then, the range skip 5 would be from 5, right? So if the substring from index 5 to 9 is a digit, and if the substring 9 is a space, continue still. And then we get 10. So from 10 to 14, and 14, continue. This is where I think it might break down. Is it actually, this is why this doesn't work. If we continue, and we get 15, if 15 to 19 is digit, ah, 19 isn't actually a space. Okay, let's go back to the drawing board again. This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. I think it's a bad idea. I'm not saying it's like the worst idea. It's pretty bad though. Let's do so. My problem that I'm having is I feel like I feel like I feel like they want me to do too many things or it's one function. So I don't know how to break up the things so that they're not super nested, but also so that all of those things check. I guess it's yeah, because I'm not really familiar with composition, but I do understand the idea of like of only doing one thing at a time. I think I'm trying to do too many things. Okay, and then the last thing we need to check is are the sum of the digits characters is the sum of the digit is the sum of the digit characters divisible by 10. Ha ha ha, meow, 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 meow. Um, meow. Meow, meow, meow. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Um. What if I just do the same thing or I just don't make it nested? No, that doesn't work. I feel like I'm really confused now. I feel like I'm really confused. Nested in a for or while loop, but not nested. Maybe we use while? Maybe we use a while loop? Oh, my brain hurts. Sorry for complaining. I just don't really know how to solve this in a way that is a bunch of nested ifs. I thought I could. I thought I could do something more. I'm such a moron. How do I express this? I feel like this is just getting so ugly though. I don't know how to do this in a nice, pretty way. It's not really what I want to. How do I do this? I don't know. Ah. If I hate it so much. I wish I was better at this. Now I'm confusing myself. Oh my god, now I'm really confusing myself. I think aura's fine. If if S at index 4 or S at or if S at index 4 is not a space or S at index 9 is not a space or S at index 14 is not a space. If any of those are not a space, we're gonna return false. Oh, my brain hurts. Okay. That takes care of these two conditions and then this condition. But I'm still stuck here. Are the substrings digits? Can't I? Wait. Let me think about this. Hmm. How can I write this? I still want to go back to that for loop so I don't have to write it like this. Actually, can I rewrite this as a loop? Start at 4, end at length of s, skip 5. Oh, I'm in pain. Give me a second. Let me think. 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Skip 1 is the next number. So it would be 4, 5. Skip 2 would be 4, 6. Skip. I'm in pain. Skip 3 would be 4, 7. Skip 4 would be 4, 8. Skip 5 should be 4, 9. Oh my god, they're being so loud again. I can't do it. I'm gonna I'll be right back actually. I'm gonna lose my mind. Give me a second. I'm gonna not lose my mind. I'll be right back. I'm gonna ask my I'm gonna ask the kiddos to quiet down. Wow. I'm in pain. I'm in pain. I'm in pain. I'm in pain because I don't know how to solve this and because I'm a loser. It's okay though. Head pats. Cheer up. Head pats, kitty cat. Cheer up. It'll be all okay. It'll be all okay. So, before I lost my train of thought, I was writing this nonsense. Oh, this is horrendous. I don't even know if I can do that. Is that legal? Can I do that? I'm in so much trouble. Let's go into yesterday's credit check. And then I want everything. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. What I want to do is control V. Then I want to go to the end. Then I want to insert so I can comment it out. Then I want to go back to the end and go make another line. And then bring it to the top. And not like really raw. Okay, good news is I only have about 20 minutes left to finish this. I am actually gonna lose my mind because I can't, I don't know, I can't focus. Okay, let me try something. I'm gonna try putting on some loud rain noises to see if that helps me mute my, like, drown out the background noise. And then I'm also gonna probably mute my mic. Yeah, that's a good idea. I should do that. Yay! Okay, okay. We're on a roll. We're cooking. Now, we need to do the... I still don't really like this though. I'm really sorry. I still feel like my code is so ugly. I don't know how to make it simpler. Are the substrings digits? Let me think about this. What do I want to check here? If the substring is digit is not true, return false. Otherwise, continue. Um, Now I want to check a case where the spaces are correct, but let's check this. So for I in range 0 length S5, if the substring at 0 to 4 is digit is not true, return false. If it is true, continue. and then at 5 to 9, and then at 10 to 14. Let's just check it. Meow, meow, meow. So much for this. So much for refactoring. I think I'm making it worse. Okay, that works. Then, what we need to do after that is next I'm going to get rid of the spaces. And then I'm going to get some. We're gonna add this. If some modulo 10 is 0, turn true, false. Okay. Meow, 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 meow. It's still pretty ugly. It's still pretty ugly. It's still pretty ugly. I don't know how to make it better than this. I don't even know if it works. You gotta check if it works. So we need to put the test case in again. Okay. One, two, three, four. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this works. Okay. So let's get rid of this and get rid of this and just fill in the rest. I have to retype it. We kept that, we kept this, we kept this. We stopped here. Meow, 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 meow. I think this works. I think it works. I'll explain it one last time before I run it. So what this program does line by line. First, we set sum equal to 0 because we're gonna need this variable sum later. Then, if the length of S is not 19, we're gonna return false. If there aren't 3 spaces, we're gonna return false. If the spaces aren't at the correct positions, we're gonna return false, and those positions are 4, 9, 14. Are the substrings, you know, these substrings, the first 4 characters, and then skip 1, the next 4 characters, skip 1. Are these substrings only digits? If that's not true, we're gonna return a false. Otherwise, if all of these things pass, if all these checks pass, then we're going to remove some spaces from the string and save it to a new string, because strings are not strings are immutable, so we need a new variable for the new string so that we could use it. And then for every item, for every digit, for every element in, or every character rather, in checksum, then the new spaceless string, we're going to add the integer of the character, the integer of the digit, to our sum, which was 0. And we're going to keep doing that for the whole string. And then once we have the final sum, we're going to divide it by 10. Well, we're going to do modulo 10. And if the remainder of our sum divided by 10 is 0, that means that the digits added up are divisible by 10, and we can return true. And if it fails to do that, we'll return false. And I'm gonna run this and it's gonna work. Look. Yay! It works. It actually does work. Wait. Let's see. Let's see if it's a glitch. We cut it. Okay, that fails because there's nothing in there. Yay! It still works. Now, I still think this looks terrible. I still hate this a lot for some reason. But do I like this more than I like this? Honestly, no. I still hate both of them. I hate both of them. Oh, I hate both of them and I hate myself. But that's an hour that I spent doing this. I don't think an hour is long enough. I feel like there must be a more elegant way to solve this, and I just don't know how. Or whatever. I'm gonna take a look at chat now. Hi, Nightmare Killer. You could try again, do version 3. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Those early ifs you did have a name, guard clauses. You can look it up. Okay, I'll look it up. Thank you, Slung. I don't know. With regex, it would be pretty elegant. Oh yeah, Banny, I was thinking that if I could do like a star, right? Like an asterisk. But I wasn't sure, does that work? It must work. Why wouldn't it work? If I could do an asterisk for the digits. I don't know. I don't know if I could do. Let me think about that. Well, how else could I don't know. My brain is too small. Thank you, JJ. Improving so one day. Yeah, maybe. Thank you for not telling me, Benny. I appreciate it. I want to try to learn slowly. Me trying to solve the problem. Why not split between space? Then check the length of digit 4 by using 4. I don't know. I don't even know what that means. I guess I could do that. Hi, Solo. How are you? There are like 3 different ways. Only 3? I feel like there's probably a lot of ways to solve it. Am I wrong? There's probably a lot of ways. There's probably more than 3. There's definitely more than 3 ways to solve this. A guard is a Boolean expression that must evaluate to true if the execution of the program is to continue in the branch. Regardless of which programming is used, guard clause, guard code, or guard statement is a check of integrity preconditions used to avoid errors during execution. As a software design pattern attributed to Kent Beck. Oh, he created TDD and founding extreme programming. I wonder what that is. What's extreme programming? Who codified many often unnamed coding practices into named software design patterns. The practice of using this technique dates back to at least the early 1960s. The guard clause most commonly is added at the beginning of a procedure and is said to guard the rest of the procedure by handling edge cases up front. Hi, this is absolutely nothing. Feeling like you can do it in a better way is a good sign. I don't know. Reduce next nesting. You can become a never nester. Yeah. Flatter code with less nesting. Yeah. I do think I need to read that book on regex. I feel like I'm nerfing myself by not having that information already in my brain. I'm really nerfing myself. Also, I want to, oh, the other thing I want to mention, I want to read more code. I want to read a lot more code. And you must be like, well, kitty cat, there's GitHub. There's like the entirety of GitHub. And that's true. I have to stop being lazy. But also, I want to, like, it's weird because, like, if it's a project that I actually know about and I go look into the code, usually the code is too complex for me to understand. So let's use UX Play for an example. This is a project that I like. This is a project that I like. It uses mostly C and then a little bit of Python, but whatever. But first of all, I don't even know how to look at, like, I don't know how to look at everything. Like, I don't know how to look. I don't really know. What's in the renderers? I don't know what that means. Oh, over here, I guess. Oops. Huh. So, lib. These are libraries. Renderers. Is this the one? I don't know what a service or a spec or a CPP is. Actually, I don't even know. Wait a minute. Is this the program? What's a CPP file? Oh, I'm so afraid. I don't want to write this. I'm so afraid, please. Oh, okay. C plus plus. I was scared. Thank you, Nightmare Killer. I was actually scared for a moment that it was gonna give me some, like, some, what? They gotta call it something else. Anyway, it's just too close. It's too many, you know what I mean? It's too close. I'll just clone the repository and look at the files locally. Yeah, I could do that. But this is already big. It wasn't the other, right? Anyway, I just didn't want to type it just in case, but it is what it is. So, let's see. Well, first of all, wow, this is 3,000 lines of code. Wait a minute. Else if else if else if else if else if, oh my god, there's so much. Wait, else if else if else if else if else if, oh my god, there's so much. You can read Python code from the Python standard library. How do I get good at Python? No idea. You're asking the wrong person. Probably, I have no idea. You gotta learn the language deeply and then practice a lot. Probably. But I don't know. Just ask me. Standard library. Read Python code from the library. Uh, Okay, this is about it, but where is it? Where is it? Isn't there a website for it? Python. Probably on GitHub. This is something different. Standard num. In C Python, many modules are implemented in C and not Python. You can find those in modules, whereas pure Python reside in lib. Oh, here. Okay. Let's see. A library that I'm familiar with. Wait. Oh, this one I've heard of before. I don't know how this works, though. Okay, so this is an init file for then virtual environment package. Copyright Vinay Sajip. Thank you, buddy. Licensed to the PSF under a contributor agreement. Import logging, OS, shutl subprocess, sysconfig, types, lex. Core venvdeps equals pip, comma, logger equals logging get logger name. The only STD I know is standard. Python STDs. The account is Python. Its repository is CPython. Then under the directory lib are all the standard stuff. Thank you, Uval. This is actually really useful. A long time ago, I was a huge Python fan. Honestly, I'm not even a fan of Python. I just think, whatever. Commanding totally Kyrie, how are you? Actually, that's kind of mean. It's not to say that I'm not a Python fan. It's just that I feel like no, like I like Python a little bit and I find it useful for certain things, but I don't like enjoy Python as much as I enjoyed Scheme, which is like, it's like Lisp with extra steps. It's good for learning. I can't really evaluate that, but I've heard that a lot. So whether or not it's good for learning, one thing I can say for sure is there are a lot of learning materials that utilize Python, so at least it's accessible. And also because I dabbled in some data stuff. I dabbled in some data stuff. I thought, it'll always, not always, it might be useful to learn it a little bit deeper for data things. Right now, we're practicing reading code. Every code has ton of depth. You can only study so many at once. What I mean is what projects we are practicing. We're not practicing any project at all. I'm just learning. Earlier I was practicing checking some credit card numbers for their validity. But now I wanted to take a look at like reading real code. But honestly, now that I'm in here, I'm really confused. Class Environment Builder. This class exists to allow virtual environment creation to be customized. The constructor parameters determine the builder's behavior when called upon to create a virtual environment. By default, the builder makes the system global site packages that are unavailable to the created environment. Meow, 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 meow. If invoked using the Python M option, the default is to use copying on Windows platforms, but symlinks elsewhere. If instantiated some other way, the default is to not use symlinks. Param system site packages. If true, the system global site packages directory is available to created environments. Param clear. Delete the contents of the environment directory if it already exists before environment creation. Symlinks. Attempt to symlink rather than copy files into the virtual environment. Upgrade. Upgrade an existing virtual environment with pip. Ensure pip is installed in the virtual environment. Prompt. Alternative terminal prefix for the environment. Upgrade depth. Update the base venv modules to the latest on pi. Ignore files. Create ignore files for the SCMs specified by the iterable. I don't know what that means. I'm not really familiar with JSON yet. I use JSON files for something, but I'm not really familiar at all with. I know it's like, what is it? Isn't it JSON useful for metadata? I don't know. I have no idea. Don't listen to me. I don't understand it. Okay. Wow, wow, wow. I don't know what this means, but it's some function with a lot of things in here. Wow. Self something. I don't know this yet. Create function. Create a virtual environment in a directory. We need system site packages to be false until after pip is installed. JSON is just structured data. It's like a markup language for data, similar to HTML. Oh, thank you, Crucial Flow. To system site packages. Jason who? Didn't know. That other guy. You know that other guy. I'm sleepy. If else, if else, if for try, except for try, break, if for if not. Ooh, I forgot that not was an operator. Break. More functions, more functions. Ah. Ah. But there's a lot of stuff in here. Wow. Okay, and then there's scripts. POSIX, I've heard of this word before. Oh, that's Jay's son. Oh, Jay's son. I get it. Oh, yeah, Jay. I remember that guy. I remember that one. Alias deactivate. Oh, this is a really long line. Unset irrelevant variables. Deactivate non-destructive. Set environment. Virtual environment. Meow, 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 meow. This is it. This is a CSH file. And this is a bat file. It's like Batman. I found the Batman files. POSIX is the standard for Unix command line interfaces. Like I said, I've heard the term before. Oh, this is a shelved file? Is this like a shell thing? I don't know what CSH. Python is cursed. It has curses. It has a curses library. Oh, fish. I heard of fish too. I never used fish, but I've heard of it. Activate from Bash. It has a PlayStation Run file. It's a specific shell, a shell script file. I mean, I said the same thing. I said that these were scripts. I just don't know the types, but yeah. And this is obviously not a PlayStation 1. I was joking. That was a joke. I'm making a joke. It's funny. Laugh. It's called .ps1. That was a joke. NT is for Windows, so each folder is different OS. It's a PowerShell file. I hate it. Why do you hate it? I hate. Meow meow. Oh, good boy. Look at him laughing. Look at the kitty cat laughing in the chat. That's right. Okay, let's get out of this one. I want to, I want to, let's look at numbers. Abstract base classes, ABCs, for numbers, according to PEP 3141. To do, fill out more detailed documentation on the operators. You get weird and ugly syntax. Do you think anybody's gonna do this? Uh-oh, the last update in here. Was this from last year? They forgot to do it. Check blame. Where's the blame? You could see when it was added. Where's the blame? I don't see it. Oh, here. 19 years ago. Oh no! This to-do list. Wait. Oh no. That's so funny. Maybe they did it. Maybe they did it 4 years ago, but they just never fixed the to-do part. Yeah, they forgot to remove it for 20 years. Imagine my very first contribution to open source is asking them to remove the to-do. I'll get around to it later. Oh yeah. Be right back. Dad's just headed to the convenience store to get some cigarettes. I mean, milk. I'll be right back. I'm just going to the store to look at this for some milk. It comes back 19 years later. This is diabolical though. It's really cool. Wow. How cool. We could say, oh, this was your fault. Oh, this is my fault. This is your fault. I won't recognize the person. You won't recognize me, your father. You won't recognize me, your dad. If I leave for 19 years. I want to see where the recent one was. 4 years ago, it's this one. Correct conversions of rational instances to float. Correct conversion of rational instances to float. Also document that numerator-denominator properties are instances of integral, co-authored by Mark. Okay, thank you. Dickinsum at Gmail. Return numerator divided by denominator. The denominator of a rational number in lowest terms. This denominator should be positive. to do, remove to do. Wait another 19 years. That's so funny. Also, how do you decide when something needs commenting? Oh, I see it now too. There's like, it's like a scale. You could see older and then newer changes. Oh wait, but even the newer changes are still old because it's been years. The code is not, if the code is not self-explanatory or not obvious. Yeah, but you know, it seems rather subjective. Because no, right now what's obvious to me is obvious to everyone, but what's obvious to you is not obvious to me. The strings. Huh? No. Wait. Before functions are called docstrings, they appear in auto-generated documentation and LSP tools. I don't know what an LSP tool is. Auto-generated documentation. Language server protocol. Claude code. I don't think this is about Claude. An open JSON RPC-based protocol for use between source code editors or IDEs and servers that provide language intelligence tools. Programming language specific features like code completion, syntax highlighting, marking of warnings and errors, as well as refactoring routines. Okay, so it's like boilerplate or something. I don't use LSP, I think it's bloat. It's about IDEs, it's fine. Better to have more than too little. Hey buddy, this function mutates the parameter, just FYI. The other thing too is like, you know, it can't be sure who's gonna read it later. Vim has code completion without needing LSP. Oh, good for Vim. I don't use code completion because I'm still a beginner. If you try and make updates to code you wrote 1 year ago, you'll see how important comments can be. Okay, but Dust, what about code you wrote 19 years ago? What about 19 years ago? I have a funny comment I saw on GDB if you're interested. I don't know what that is. You could tell me to comment. Sure, make me laugh. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Poplib. A POP3 client class based on the J. Myers POP3 draft. Author David Asher heavily stealing from nntlib.py. Updated by Pierce Lauder. This is funny. Codeberg banned Vibe projects that use too many resources. Honestly, good for them. Good for them. Because like if you allow all the Vibe projects to go on that are heavy resources, then it won't be free for the rest of us. Makes you wonder if there was just a replacement project that was linked somewhere we overlooked. LSP is built for Vim users. It adds too much latency. And NTP, isn't it a Usenet thing? I never heard of it until today. Anyway. Okay, so my other point that I didn't get to make was, I do want to look at, I want to practice reading code, but shouldn't there be a build-up? Like, maybe I start by reading code that's like a little bit simpler, and then a little bit more complex, and then a little bit more. But I guess it's good to see how it works in the real world too. This is 1,000 lines long, and a lot of these lines are comments. Oh, you know what would be cool? It would be cool if there was like a version with comments and a version without. Like if you know, if the engineers at GitHub wanted to do something that was actually beneficial for users for once in their life. But then I guess if you do that, then people won't look at comments anymore, and then they'll be really confused, and then they'll fill it with they'll fill the issues with things that are explained in the comments. Start small. Yeah, but I don't know where to find it. Okay, good night, JJ. Read code for specific functions you use. Wah, 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 wah. Define names for built-in types that aren't directly accessible as a built-in. Try from underscore types import everything except import error. I don't know what this means. I don't know what accept means. Import sys. Function type, lambda type, code type. What does pass? What does this pass? Simple namespace. Cell type, cell factory. This one's only 355 lines long. Hi, Maxica. I'm gonna leave. Oh, there's a whole folder for Mac? But it made a whole folder for me? What's in the Python folder, huh? What's in here, huh? Oh, it's C files in the Python folder. README. Okay, fine. Miscellaneous source files for the main Python shared library. I don't know how C works. I don't know how C works. Static, inline, int, check, pi, interpreter state. No meow folder, keep your paws out of the cookie jar. Aw, man. Aw, man. Man. Void, I've seen that before. I don't know what it means. Const char. Pi get version, pi init version, return version. Export to Python hex version as a constant. Wow. If def, else, and if. Wow. Merchant cookie files. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna leave. Pi math. Okay, so these, I don't really understand what these are for. What about programs? Python C. Minimal main program. I want to see the main program. Where's the regular main? This is a minimal one. Everything is loaded from the library. Includes Python H. If def MS Windows in W main. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means. Else. Do something else. And wah wah wah. Wah wah. This is too big. I want to look at a smaller project, I think, than the whole library. This is too big. I close it. I close this one too. I picked this one because this is what I actually have been using. I'm using this right now, by the way, so that I could stream on my Linux and share the screen from my Mac Mini. The friction returns nothing. That's good. I too must return nothing. And then tomorrow. Honestly, I need a break. I'm not going to stream tomorrow. I'll be back on Monday and I'll continue doing exercises. In the meantime, I'll probably do a little bit more reading. I think it's too early, but I did start looking at clean code. I picked it up, Clean Code by Uncle Bob. I don't know how much of it I can really appreciate, but I don't know. It's so far it's at least interesting. Okay, I gotta go. Bye.